Good evening, world. Today is Wednesday, April 16th, 2014. My name is Trista. Welcome to my vlog where I talk about whatever pops in my head and comes out my mouth. I just finished having Chinese food, which I've had maybe twice in the last year because I really don't care for Chinese food all that much, but I had a craving for it and was just not feeling up to yoga tonight. Not in like a depressed way, but just in like a I just want to relax night kind of thing. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get Chinese. So I went and got Chinese, hung out with me and my roommate. And then I got my fortune. And it really is kind of hit me right now. And the fortune was failure is the tuition we pay for success. And I think that that is something that should be ingrained in us at such an early age. Because growing up for me, when I would make a mistake or fail at something, it was the end of the world. I mean, I was always condemned and be like, "Oh, you're such an idiot. You're so stupid," by people outside of me. Which just created this such a negative reaction I would have to failing or making a mistake and feeling like I was going to hell for making a mistake, which is ridiculous. Whereas what I've learned now in the last couple of years, thanks to improv, is to praise failure, because without failure, how are you going to have great success? And like in improv, when anyone makes a mistake, everybody claps, we hoot, we holler, we're like, yeah, because we get it out of the way. You at least you're in a safe environment to fail. And when it comes to auditioning for roles or especially going into acting, I think that that is such a huge thing for fellow actors to understand and know, is that we're not going to be perfect and we might bomb an audition, and guess what, that's okay, because we'll succeed eventually. The only way we can't succeed is if we stop failing. And by what I mean by stop failing, I mean stop trying. It's not going to be perfect, and the world isn't going to be handed us to us on an oyster, which is one of the my favorite lessons I was taught growing up by my family, is that guess what, life isn't fair. And I used to be like, oh, that's so stupid. Stop saying that. But it's true. Life sucks and it's not fair. But just because life sucks doesn't mean I have to suck or I have to have a sucky attitude because life sucks. I can still find the positive in anything. Even, Trista, you're talking to yourself. I'm talking to myself right now because there's times where I don't find the positive in things. I'm really trying, and I feel this past year has been a really positive, patient year for me of just learning my own tolerances and learning my own idiosyncrasies and things that just like tweak me, and figuring out, okay, well, why is that annoying me? And realizing, okay, it's actually not this thing that's annoying me. It's this deeper issue that I need to take care of and just get over. Or talk it out with somebody that I care about that is willing just to listen and let me vent. So yes, I am all about failure. I fail constantly every single day. I am not perfect, and there are failures that suck, and it pisses me off that I continually am so susceptible to fail at these things. But to overcome and to triumph over our failures means that we have to continually try. And the only way to be labeled a failure is to be a failure, and as in give up. I mean, it's just, yeah, I just am very passionate about people just not giving up just because something didn't go right or we sucked at something, because there's more to life than sucking. I mean, it's everything in between the failures and all of those small experiences that we just coast through life and act like it's no big deal, when that's what encompasses our lives. I mean, we all have these huge moments that we can look back on in our lives and have these great memories. But it's like on a map. You have like the big cities are like the big dots. But you have to zoom in, and the second you zoom in, you see hundreds of thousands of little dots all around those big cities, from one big city to another. And you keep zooming in and you get further and further. And there's basically a city every block, it feels like, when you're looking at a map. And that's like our lives. Like, yes, we can look back and pinpoint on our life map, like, oh, that's when that happened. But it gets harder to figure out because we only have our one point of view. that when we try to zoom in, everything kind of gets washed out and muddled and all the colors blend together. So you can't really see the little moments because there were so many. So why not make every little moment fantastic? I don't know if that made any sense, but I just, you know what? Keep paying that tuition because success is going to come. That's what I have to say about that. So my question of the day is there something that you continually fail on or have been failing in or that you try to do and just can't seem to succeed at it, and it's just really frustrating? Answer in the comments below. Let it out. Get it out, because guess what? Failing isn't fun all the time, but if we learned that failure could be fun because it's one step closer to succeeding, then maybe I think we would have a different outlook. Rather than being hard on ourselves, be encouraging and find it as encouragement rather than discouragement. So yeah, hope you guys had a great hump day. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. Peace out, world.